glad that you're here. Thanks for your patience as we were working out a few technical difficulties and brain things as we were getting started. It is good to see you all here. I have my computer right here that I can see the live chat happening on the Riverside studio. And it's so cool to get to see all of you guys tuning in live and where you are tuning from. So I am so grateful for all of you being here for our concert and evening to be here for the end of Brain Injury Awareness Month. My name's Cristabelle. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I also serve as the executive director of Hope Survives. And tonight is really about bringing people together through music, through stories, and through shared experiences. Across the world, there are more than 69 multi-million people living with the impact of brain injury. And there's a survey that says 1 in 4 people in the U.S. have a history of traumatic brain injury. We know that there are so many individuals navigating life after brain injury, whether it's families and care partners or friends. And one of the most powerful things we can offer each other is connection. And that's really why Hope Survive exists, to create those spaces of connection. Tonight's concert is made possible through the generosity of donors and partners who believe in making community accessible. And as this community continues to grow, so does the need for ongoing support. So if you do feel moved to support the work tonight, we'd love for you to be part of that. But truly, we are just so glad that you're here. And one quick fun thing before we begin. Well, one housekeeping thing. There are closed captionings available if you need to turn them on, automated. Number 2, wherever you're watching, especially if you're watching with friends or family or support group, we heard from some of our Hope ambassadors that they were planning watch parties. We would love to see your photos and be able to share them so that we can really enjoy this together. So you can email your watch party photos to hi@hopesurvives.org, and we might just share some of them on here later tonight. So, all right, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the music. This first song is the reason we're all here. Hope Survives.
The day is over, you start to crash, exhaustion hits, but you can't relax. On the outside, you look fine, but each day you're fighting to get by. Isn't it crazy how nothing's the same? In just one moment, everything changed. With a little hope, you can make it through today. With a little faith, someday you'll get through the pain. Just a little love is enough to light the way through your darkest night. Hope survives. Hope survives. This wasn't how it's supposed to be. You can't stop thinking, why me? Your new normal does not feel right, but there is beauty in a new life. With a little hope, you can make it through today. With a little faith, someday you'll get through the pain. Just a little love far you've come, please know you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. Yeah. Oh, oh. Just a little love is enough to light the way through your darkest night. Hope survives. You can make it through today. With a little faith, someday you'll get through the pain. Just a little love is enough to light the way through your darkest night. Hope survives. Oh, hope survives. Hope survives.
All right. Thank you so much. So you guys will definitely be familiar with that song, as that is the namesake of the Hope Survives nonprofit. And hold on, I'm just updating my pedal here. It was actually written 10 years before we founded the nonprofit. So I wrote that song in 2015, and we officially launched as Hope Survives in early 2025, which is super, super awesome. And you also may recognize it as the theme song of the Hope Survives podcast. So I thought, what better way to kick off this evening together? This next song is called Not Giving Up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's been one of those days. Too much to say. Tears fall, tired of pain. Doesn't seem to leave me alone. I can't seem to hold on. Too much gone wrong. I try to be strong. There's more to me, more than I know. But if I'm being honest, some days I don't want to get out of bed. Happens more than I like to admit, but I know there's still life to be lived. So even on the hard days, I'm not giving up. Even when there's no change, I'm not giving up. Even when I'm afraid, I'm not giving up. I still believe that hope survives. There's still more story left to write. So I'm not giving up, no. I'm not giving up, no. I'm not giving up, no. I'm not giving up. Yeah, I'm going through this. Too much at risk to just give up, give in. Every day's a new day to try. I know God has a plan. Even when I don't understand, I'll trust I'm in His hand. There's a reason I'm still alive. But if I'm being honest, some days I don't want to get out of bed. Happens more than I like to admit, but I know there's still life to be lived. So even on the hard days, I'm not giving up. Even when there's no change, I'm not giving up. Even when I'm afraid, I'm not giving up. I still believe that hope survives. There's still more story left to write. So I'm not giving up, no. I'm not giving up, no. I'm not giving up. And I won't pretend that it's been easy, but I won't let this beat me. It's not the end for me, no. I won't pretend that it's been easy, but I won't let this beat me. It's not the end for me. So even on the hard days, I'm not giving up. And even when there's no change, I'm not giving up. Even when I'm afraid, I'm not giving up. I still believe that hope survives. There's still more story left to write. So I'm not giving up, 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 no. I'm not giving up, 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 no. I'm not giving up. It's not the end for me. Oh, I'm not giving up, no. It's not the end. It's not the end. So I'm not giving up. All right. Write in the chat if you're not giving up. I want to see it. Give me an emoji or whatever. I love getting to see you guys. I glimpse down and I see what you're writing, and it's just so sweet. Oh, thanks for the hearts. That's so beautiful. I'm going to transition here over to the keyboard. Well, these are all songs that I wrote about the experience of living with brain injury. And, some days are better than others. Some days, like in that last song, it says, if I'm being honest, some days I don't want to get out of bed. And that can be a reality. And some seasons might feel better. Some seasons might feel harder. Some days are a lot. And to everyone who's fighting invisible battles, I want you to know that you are seen, that you matter. Is this the cameraman? That you are seen, that you matter. And if you're fighting something invisible, I want to ask you a question that's in this song. It says, what if the strongest fighters are the ones who don't feel strong? And what if you getting up every day when you don't feel like it and choosing to put one foot in front of the other and to not give up on your journey, what if that's what makes you a warrior? I always thought a warrior was someone standing tall, someone fearless, someone brave, someone who'd never fall. But I hurt, I feel weak, I have pain, I can't speak. Yeah, I struggle and I bleed, I have fears I can't beat. But maybe I always had it wrong. What if the strongest fighters are the ones who don't feel strong? I'm a different kind of warrior. You might not see me fight, but I know that I'm victorious every day that I'm alive. Even if nobody sees it, I will choose to keep believing. My story is not over. I'm a different kind of warrior. Putting on my armor as I lay my burdens down. Letting go, give God control and see Him all around. Yes, I heard, I feel weak, I have pain, I can't speak. Yeah, I struggle and I bleed, I have fears I can't beat. But maybe I always had it wrong. What if my strongest weapon is a true and honest song? but don't think it's not real. I've got faith for a miracle, trusting God to heal. So marching into battle, confident of this, He'll finish what He started in me. Yes, I believe I'm a different kind of warrior. You might not see me fight, but I know that I'm victorious every day that I survive. Even if nobody sees it, I will choose to keep believing. My story is not over. I'm a different kind of warrior. Your story is not over. You're a different kind of warrior.
That song makes me emotional every time I sing it. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm looking forward to reading through the whole chat later, but before we keep going, I wanted to take a minute to introduce my incredible band who's here tonight. So I want to thank Mr. Jeff Lowmaster on bass. Jeff has been playing in my band with me for the last couple years now. He's played electric guitar at some of my gigs, and he's filling in on bass tonight, and I'm just so grateful for holding it down. So claps for Jeff, virtual claps for Jeff. And then we have David Colby on cajon drum, which is a pretty cool drum. But David has actually had brain injuries and has his own brain injury story. And so I wanted to invite David to share a little bit with us. Should I give him this mic? Can you come over to this mic? Yeah. And if you want to just share a little bit with them about your experience with brain injury. And David and I met through church, through the church worship team. And this is our first time doing my original music together. So he learned all these songs. So thank you for that. So you're going to say something to everyone.
Yeah. So she said I'm David Colby. I go to church with her. Long story short, I grew up in the foster care system from baby on. And I was adopted when I was 8. I experienced some abuse, some physical abuse. That's when I had my first concussions. And then when I was 14, I went back into the system and I played football. I was a really good athlete. I was a little small, so unfortunately I suffered 2 really bad concussions back to back. And ever since then, that's kind of when my brain injury journey kind of started. I had a lot of issues after that. I had a stutter at one point. I had really bad brain fog. There was days where I would wake up, not knew who I was, where I was, anything like that. So it was a long journey to get back to just being normal and just try to learn how to talk and function. But I met my wife then, a little after that, and it was a little rough at first, but she really learned to learn me. And so I encourage those who are in relationships or are looking for, make sure that they understand that, because she understands, I've made a lot of progress, and I'm definitely not where I was. But I do still have my bad days, and I have 2 beautiful daughters together. It's 4.5 and 1 year old. And so on the days, when I have bad days, she picks me up, helps with the kids. There might be a day once in a while where I can't even get out of bed. And she understands that, takes care of the kids for me, and keeps the house running. So it's definitely a journey, but I'm here to prove, you can get to the other side. And it's just one step at a time sometimes. And that's what I did. I had to relearn how to speak, basically, and I had to relearn how to count. And it was rough there at the beginning. There was definitely days I just wanted to say screw it and give up. But here I am, and like I said, it's been difficult, but I got a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids, a house, and here I am. So.
Thank you so much for sharing that, David. And you have a lot of things in the chat, just encouragement for you, and people just saying they can relate to your story. So I asked him, when he shared about his own concussions, I was like, would you be willing to say something? And I'm so grateful that you did. So thank you so much. Brain injury doesn't just affect the person who was injured, it affects the entire family. And partners and parents and children and care partners often find their lives changing completely overnight, having to adapt to a new reality of living with this brain injury. And research shows that those who support loved ones living with brain injury frequently experience profound emotional, financial, and lifestyle changes as well. And so tonight we are honored to hear from someone who actually carries that perspective. We are inviting Tameka Wolfe, who is the wife of Thomas, who's living with brain injury. And she also serves as the vice president of our board of directors of Hope Survives. And we're so grateful. Tameka is our just beloved vice president. She also leads the Hope for Couples support group. She facilitates the couples support group and has been on the podcast. So Tameka, I would love to invite you on if you would be able to share.
Good evening. And thank you all for having me. As Cristabelle said, on behalf of the board of directors of Hope Survive, I really just would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us virtually for tonight's concert. Your presence, even from afar, means so much to our community and the work that we do. For many of us, such as myself, loving and supporting someone after a brain injury has meant learning patience we didn't know we had, finding strength in uncertainty, and celebrating progress that the world may never see. While others may see a smile or a good day, families often witness the quiet realities and the deep fatigue that cognitive efforts behind simple moments and disappointments come almost every day. It really means defining what normal looks like and holding a space for grief and hope at the same time, and just choosing every day to show up with compassion, resilience, and love. So we are inspired by the outpouring of support from friends, family, and advocates like you. Your participation tonight helps shine a light on the challenges faced by brain injury survivors and their families, and the hope that comes from a community united in compassion and action. So as you guys enjoy the music and stories this evening, we really encourage you to consider our community. Consider even making a donation if you are able. Every contribution to Hope Survive, big or small, directly supports essential programs that empower brain injury survivors and provide resources for their loved ones and advance the mission of hope and healing. So thank you once again for being a part of our Hope Survives community tonight. And we know together we can really make a difference, one note, one story, and one life at a time. Thank you all and enjoy the concert.
Thank you so much, Tameka, for being here and for sharing. It means so much to us, especially to have your leadership on our board of directors. Hope Survives is a team. I know you guys see my face a lot as, the podcast host and a lot of the things, but we have Tameka, we have Jasmine who's here helping behind the scenes. And so Hope Survives is made up of many parts, our board, our team. We have some awesome interns this semester. We're just so grateful. So before we move to the next set, I just want to talk about how brain injury is often called an invisible injury. A lot of people don't realize just how many lives it touches, and in the US alone, millions of people are living with the long-term effects of brain injury, stroke, and other neurological conditions. And many people navigating that experience feel isolated or they're unsure where to turn. And that's why we're here, right? That's why we exist. And because people choose to make it possible, We're so grateful that you are part of our community. And so for our next music set, I would love to invite Chrys Dolcé to come out. She's an incredible musician, a great friend of mine, and she also has a personal connection to brain injury through her father's stroke. So as we said, brain injury affects the whole family, and Chrys is able to share a different perspective of that as well. So Chrys, welcome. We're so happy that you are here.
I'm so honored to be here, Belle, really and truly. Thank you so much to everybody that came to this incredible concert. I love hearing Belle sing as much as you guys, so don't think that because I'm just her friend, I get used to her voice. She's incredible, and the songs really, truly speak to me as well. So my father, he did have a stroke 2 years ago, and it was very unexpected. It was literally right after he helped my husband and I move into our house. He went back to work, and our lives changed in an instant. And it was not something that we could have prepared for, with him being the main breadwinner and really truly the foundation of our family at the time. And so even more than things that you can put a price on, what was the most difficult was the adjustment to who he has become. I don't think anybody can ever prepare you for the changes in personality that comes with a brain injury. And so watching my father go through the different stages of grief, of recovering from who he was used to being, the things he was used to doing, and seeing him have to come to grips with the two roads, which is either you can continue to hold on to anger and frustration, or you can choose to keep on going, to identify as a different kind of warrior and make a new life and have a new perspective. It was toiling, to say the least, but I am so, so grateful for this community. Belle was such a big help, such a big help. And now I am absolutely in awe of my father. He 2 weeks ago got his PMP, which in his field is a really, really, really big deal. You know, a guy who absolutely could have had could have retired, or could have just been like, I'm going to do something completely different. He decided, no, I'm still going to fight. It's going to look different, but I'm still here. I'm still me. I still have these passions. I am committed to growing as a human being. And so for those of you that have had a brain injury, I just want to encourage you to keep going. It may look different. It may feel different. And those that, you know, the family members that are on this call, it is an adjustment, but it is absolutely possible to find new life and new joy in these changes. I have such a better relationship with my father now, actually. So here is Keep On Going. I would love to share the song with you. By a thread, clinging to hope that you're enough. All the voices in your head won't keep quiet. Remember what you said. Promised you never back down. Said you'll fight for what's yours till you're dying. You can't get any stronger without showing you're weak. All that matters is getting back on your feet. Don't worry about the haters, the ones that don't believe you. Just keep on going, keep on going. It really doesn't matter what they think. Only you can know what makes your heart beat. Don't worry if they don't get it or what they don't see. You just keep on going, keep on going. Watching the hourglass, waiting for time to go by, but you don't have to ask for permission. Ooh, time is moving fast, waiting on you to take a step. Within your grasp is all you've dreamed of. You can't get any stronger without showing you're weak. All that matters is getting back on your feet. Don't worry about the haters, the ones that don't believe you. Just keep on going, keep on going. It really doesn't matter what they think. Only you can know what makes your heart beat. Don't worry if they don't get it or what they don't see. You just keep on going, keep on going. Every fall is a dance. This is your chance to open your mind to something new. Close your eyes, raise your head. This is not the end. What you're waiting for is coming soon. Just keep on. Can't get any stronger without showing you're weak. Don't worry about the haters, the ones that don't believe you. Just keep on going, keep on going. It really doesn't matter what they think. Only you can know what makes your heart beat. Don't worry if they don't get it or what they don't see. You just keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on going. Keep on going, baby. Keep on going, baby. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on going. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on going. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on going. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on going. Keep on going, keep on going. I hope you never give up. Remember, all you got to do is put one foot in front of the other, and you'll get where you want to get. All right, this next one I would love to share with you is called Human. And sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can be really hard on myself. And sometimes I talk to myself as if I'm not human. And like everybody else gets grace, everybody else gets a pass, but not me, not me. I have to rise to the occasion. I have to meet these certain expectations. And I wrote this song just to remind myself, and I love singing it for, people like you to, one, connect us because you're not going through this alone. And two, to share our stories, to remind us that we are all beautiful in our quirks and our funny laugh and, our personalities and our imperfections. It's what makes us absolutely incredible. So I hope that this song touches you as well. That seems quiet. I hope you guys can hear that. Is that okay? Breathe, bleed, growth, greed. I need clarity, trying to fight. Feel, cry, heal. Both here they can coexist. When I feel like an imposter, don't wanna get caught, I tell myself I am human, not some exception, not the target, the punching bag, or the trash can. I am worthy, no exception. I can have my happy ending, just like any other human. Ooh. Empty sassy mood swings, no stability, but still I see belief. This is all part of the journey. When I feel like I'm more broken than everyone else, I tell myself I am human, not some exception, not the target, the punching bag, or the trash can. I am worthy, there's no exception. I can have my happy ending, just like any other human. Ooh, just like any other human. Ooh, I am human, not some exception. Yeah, I am human, not some exception, not the target, the punching bag, or your trash can. I am worthy, there's no exception. I can have my happy ending, just like any other human. Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Chrys, thank you so much, my heart. And those are songs that she wrote, by the way. And they're not out yet, right? I'm sorry, I'm looking at the
They're not
screen.
out yet,
Cameras here.
but they're coming out
They're
this
gonna be
year.
coming out this year, right? So
Yes.
tell them how they can connect with you.
Yes, absolutely. Please follow me on all social platforms at Chrys with a Y and Dolce for sweetness. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I think that's all the things.
So those songs will be coming out, and I need them on my playlist immediately.
You got it, girl.
So immediately. Thank you so much for coming and for sharing about your journey with your dad's stroke as well. I know your family's been through a lot, and I just appreciate you sharing to help others in our Hope Survives community know that they're not alone.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to continue with the music here. And, you know, what Chrys was talking about her dad's stroke, she said that, you know, you kind of, when somebody has a brain injury or a stroke, you kind of expect there to be some cognitive things, or you expect there to be some deficits. But what she said that stuck out to me was that the personality change was what she was not prepared for. And over again through our work with the brain injury community, we find that the piece of identity is a really big one. And it's very, very hard to be able to hold on to who you are when your head is just pounding. You can't remember what you're going to say. You don't feel like yourself. You can't do what you used to be able to do. And it's just all sorts of draining and confusing for the person with the injury and also for the family. And so that's part of our work at Hope Survives, is to be able to provide spaces of connection to know that you matter and who you are today matters. And even if you don't feel like how you used to, you're still you underneath all of it. And there's so much more to you than your brain injury. There's so much more to you than the struggles and the doctor's appointments and the medications and the supplements and the symptoms and the overwhelm. You are a beautiful person, and you don't have to have it all together to have something of value to share. That's what this song's about. It's called More to Me. And I wrote this song just feeling like asking myself questions like, who have I become? Where do I belong? Like, I just feel like there's got to be more to me than this, but I don't know where to find it. And so this song is a lot of questions, and it's written in that. So I hope it encourages you all today. Who have I become? Wrapped up in a memory. Where do I belong? It's been so long, and every time I try to make sense of anything, find that I'm stressed about everything. This isn't who I used to be. When the waves came and when the storm raged, found myself falling into the ground. When the wind blew, that's when it fell through, and I don't know how to turn it around. I know there's more to me than the wreckage you see. There's more to be. I'm still on the journey. I'm still on the journey. When did I become my own worst enemy? Where did I go wrong? And start to think that every time I make a mistake on anything, I'll never come back. I'll never be the person that I want to be. When the waves came and when the storm raged, found myself falling into the ground. When the wind blew, that's when it fell through, and I don't know how to turn it around. I know there's more to me than the wreckage you see. There's more to be. I'm still on the journey. I'm still on the journey. I've had some hard days, had some sleepless nights. I've been afraid of giving up the fight, and I'm more than what happened to me, but it's still part of my story. When the waves came and when the storm raged, found myself falling into the ground. When the wind blew, that's when it fell through, and I don't know how to turn it around. When the waves came, when the storm raged, found myself falling into the ground. When the wind blew, that's when it fell through, and I don't know how to turn it around. I know there's more to me than the wreckage you see. There's more to be. I'm still on the journey. I'm still on the journey. I'm still on the journey. We're all on a journey. And sometimes it feels really long. And sometimes it feels like a storm. That song says, when the waves came and when the storm raged. And this next song, these next two songs actually are about living in the storm. For me, faith has been a huge part of my journey and a huge part of keeping me going when I felt like everything was falling apart and I just couldn't take one more step. I almost couldn't even take one more breath. That's when faith in the Lord has been what sustained me. And honestly, I feel like it was God holding me, not me holding him. So this song was written about that journey, about trying to find hope in the middle of the storm.
The wind is pounding at the door, but I can't fight it, I can't fight it anymore. I just wanted to be strong, but I never thought that it could go so wrong. Now the water's rushing in, the waves are underneath my skin. There is nothing I can do but to give it all to you. I believe there's hope here in the storm, 'cause I know I'm not in this alone. In the raging sea, you're reaching out to me. I believe that love is more than a word, and I know my prayers are already heard. Now I'm letting go. Trust you're in control. There's hope in the storm. There's hope in the storm. My heavy heart, it drags me down. Falling deeper, falling fast, I'm gonna drown. But when I'm weak, Lord, you are strong. And your grace has been holding me all along. Now the water's rushing in, the waves are underneath my skin, but the light is breaking through as I give it all to you. I believe there's hope here in the storm, 'cause I know I'm not in this alone. In the raging sea, you're reaching out to me. I believe that love is more than a word, and I know my prayers are already heard. Now I'm letting go. Trust you're in control. There's hope in the storm. There's hope in the storm. The wind and waves obey. They bow down to your name. Jesus, Jesus, the truth, the life, the way. And when I start to praise, my fears, they fall away. Jesus, Jesus, the only one who saves. The wind and waves obey. They bow down to your name. Jesus, Jesus, the truth, the life, the way. And when I start to praise, my fears, they fall away. Jesus, Jesus, the only one who saves. Oh, I believe there's hope here in the storm, 'cause I know I'm not in this alone. In the raging sea, you're reaching out to me. I believe that love is more than a word, and I know my prayers are already heard. Now I'm letting go. Trust you're in control. There's hope in the storm. There's hope in the storm. There's hope in the storm.
get very emotional every time I sing that song. I started writing music after I had my brain injury. I had never written a song before the brain injury happened, and music just started to pour out of me through the recovery journey. And in the dark times, prayer and songwriting was kind of intertwined for me. I would write and sing my prayers. My right side atrophied, and I struggle with right-sided weakness even to this day. And partway through that song, I felt my fingers not cooperating. Going into the second verse, I felt my right fingers, sometimes they get slow or they don't. You know this like neurological test thing? You guys have done it at the neurologist's office. My right hand cannot go as fast as my left hand. You know all the little neurological tests and things like that we do. So anyway, I felt my fingers going towards the second verse, and I just started praying this song. And by the time like the bridge came, I felt like strength return in my fingers to be able to finish playing it for you. And I just pray that you're encouraged that in our storms there is hope, and we are not alone. So I'm going to transition back to the guitar for another song about a storm from a different perspective. Yeah. Do you mind grabbing my music stuff? Yeah, thank you. Okay. I keep unplugging. I keep stepping on this and unplugging it. All right, so I often think in metaphors because I'm a songwriter, and oh, there's my phone. I thought I lost my phone. I was like, it's somewhere else. No, it's right over there. You guys always forget where you put stuff. Got distracted. I have no filter. That's called brain injury no filter. If you can relate, drop an emoji. But okay, regarding the storms, sorry, can you move this slightly this direction? Thank you so much. Yeah, that's perfect. I see the brain emojis coming through the chat. That's awesome. All right, so I often think in metaphors. I often think about like my life would feel like a storm, and as soon as I felt like the storm was starting to pass in brain injury, like I would start to feel like, okay, I feel like I'm handling my symptoms. I'm doing okay. I'd get a setback. Another storm would come. Or like the waves would come and hit me, right? As soon as I felt like, okay, I'm kind of getting a hang of this life thing, I'd get a re-injury, another brain injury, or I'd get a major setback. And it became this pattern that I got so tired of. And while I know, like, I sing a song, actually wrote that song, Hope in the Storm, more recently. This song I'm about to write for you, I actually was on my previous album called Declaration, and the Hope in the Storm song is on my Restoration album. But this song I'm about to sing for you is about how I couldn't understand why the storms kept coming. And through it, though, I started praying about it and just being like, Lord, I don't understand. Why do I keep getting setback after setback after setback? And I started to realize that without rain, we would have no flowers or vegetables or anything beautiful outside. Without rain, we don't have anything to water the soil. And I started to realize that sometimes the Lord uses the storms in our life, and sometimes there's a purpose in it. And when this song, in this song, it says, what if I've been missing the point? Because through these struggles, I found my voice, and I've been growing through it all. So this song is about how maybe through the storms, we're growing through them, and maybe there is something beautiful that can come out of these storms.
They say life is full of seasons, flowing with the winds of time. They say it all has a reason, and someday soon the sun will shine. But these dark days seem to never end. These heartbreaks seem to never mend. Still waiting for the storm to pass. I didn't think it'd last this long. I always thought I hated the rain. It fell and I was blinded by pain. But what if I've been missing the point? 'Cause through these struggles I found my voice. I've been growing through every storm. I'm learning there's something more with every drop that falls on me. I'm stronger than I used to be. I'm seeing through different eyes. My battle scars are nothing to hide. I'll shout it out, yeah, I survived. And every day I've been growing. And I'm still growing. This is not the life I wanted, no, no. This is not the path I planned. But with every twist and turn and every hurt, there's something learned. And God has never failed me yet. But these dark days seem to never end. These heartbreaks seem to never mend. Still waiting for the storm to pass. I didn't think it'd last this long. I always thought I hated the rain. It fell and I was blinded by pain. But what if I've been missing the point? 'Cause through these struggles I found my voice. I've been growing through every storm. I'm learning there's something more with every drop that falls on me. I'm stronger than I used to be. I'm seeing through different eyes. My battle scars are nothing to hide. I'll shout it out, yeah, I survived. And every day I've been growing, oh, oh. And I'm still growing. When it rains, it pours, but grace can restore. I will grow through this. When it rains, it pours, but faith says there's more. I will grow through this. Oh, when it rains, it pours, but my God, He goes before me. I will grow through this. I've been growing through every storm. I'm learning there's something more with every drop that falls on me. I'm stronger than I used to be. I'm seeing through different eyes. My battle scars are nothing to hide. I'll shout it out, yeah, I survived. And every day I've been growing, oh, oh. And I'm still growing. When it rains, it pours, but faith can restore. I will grow through this.
Thank you guys so much. So, we have another guest coming up. For many families, brain injury is something that arrives suddenly, changing the path of a child or loved one's life in an instant. And tonight, we are also honored to welcome Lindy Boone, who is a singer-songwriter and the founder of Ryan's Reach, an organization supporting families navigating brain injury. As a parent of a son living with TBI, Lindy brings another important perspective to this community. Now, Lindy had something come up last minute with her nonprofit, Ryan's Reach, but right before we went live here, I was able to record her conversation really quick, and so we are going to play the video for you to be able to see what Lindy has to share for you tonight. So we'll go ahead and play that.
So my name is Lindy Boone Michaelis, and I am part of the Pat Boone family. Grew up singing and entertaining, and ended up raising my family. And I am here to share about my TBI experience with my son, Ryan. Ryan was my oldest, is my oldest, and at age 24, he fell through a skylight and he fell 3 stories, incurring a very severe traumatic brain injury and changing the whole trajectory of his life and our lives, because this affects whole families. And it was a very slow, long process with him going through a coma that seemed to go on and on. It was about 4 months, but even after they said he's not in a coma, it was still slow recovery. So he eventually slowly started to eat again, slowly started to get facial expressions. First smile at 10 months. That's a long time to wait for an expression on your child's face. And he got his voice back around 15 months and got to eating again without needing a feeding tube at about 20 months. So these are the milestones that we celebrated, but it was a very long and difficult period of time. And he still does have a brain injury. I mean, he obviously still has a brain injury, but he still is in a wheelchair. He still has a lot of challenges with his behavior and certainly with his memory. But I would say that we have this new normal. It's been almost 25 years since his injury occurred. Yeah.
What of being a parent of someone with a brain injury, how does that affect the whole family?
Mm-hmm. I can speak as the mother, which I know that that's a unique position when you've carried this person in your body and I was an at-home mom. I spent so much time raising the kids, and Ryan was very, just such a bright light, as all parents think their children are. But Ryan had this unique gentleness and this sweet character about him that shone through from the beginning up until age 24 when he was engaged to be married. And it affects the whole family because I was completely devoted. My life stopped, and it was every day at the hospital, as many hours as I could be there, coming home to be with my younger son, who was only 13 at the time. So obligations to my other child, who was only 17 months younger than Ryan, my daughter, Jessie. And it's this spinning of plates. I call it just spinning the plates, trying to keep them from falling and seeing if you could keep them all up, because it hits everybody in the family differently, as you know. And for me, there wasn't anything that took a priority until people would try to urge me to focus on something else, maybe take a break, and that didn't seem possible. So it's a tightrope that you're walking. I guess I'm using a lot of circus analogies, spinning plates and walking on a tightrope, but there was nothing fun about it.
So what does it mean to build community around brain injury? I know you founded Ryan's Reach, which is a nonprofit that has group homes for people with brain injury. But why do you think community around brain injury is important?
Well, it's so important to not feel alone. This experience is so traumatic, and when it happens, you don't know much about it at all, and it in some ways feels like there's nobody in your life that understands what you're going through. So when you finally do meet other families that are maybe farther down the road than you, it is so helpful, because they're still they're information that you need, but they also bring a calmness that you're going to get through it. You start meeting more and more people. You start to link arms with them and realize that there are people going through it. And maybe now this time I'm the one further down the road, and I can encourage somebody that's fresh and raw and thinking that nobody's ever gone through this before. And I can say, I remember saying, I'll never smile again. And that's really the farthest thing from the truth, because over time there are new milestones that are hit, and you celebrate those, and you start to accept what has happened to some degree. And I do encourage people to learn how to accept this day that you have in front of you and not be so anxious to get to the end of the road. It might be a very long road, and that creates anxiety. But if you can look at today and look for the thing you can be grateful for, and I found that when I practiced that, I could find multitudes of things that I could be grateful for, and that became a habit, and it feeds on itself. And so if you can just find what you still have and not focus on loss, I think that that's one of the things I'd like to encourage your audience to consider, because the loss is great, but there's so much still ahead, and you're going to discover it along the way.
That's so beautifully put, Lindy. Thank you so much. You are also a singer and songwriter. Before we go, I would love for you to share a little bit about your song, It's Not a Wasted Life.
I just love to share about this song because it was suggested I write a song for our nonprofit, Ryan's Reach. And I thought, that's silly. I'm not much of a songwriter, but I then started to think about it. And this title came to me. It was based on something Ryan said to me once when he was talking about himself. It's not a wasted life. And that means so much to me, that the people going through brain injury realize it could be a different life, but it's not a wasted life. And so this song tells our story to some degree, very personally in the beginning. But you, Cristabelle and Evie, helped me finish the song because I wanted it to broaden out and be our story. And it can even go beyond TBI. It's anybody that's going through trauma and suffering, but to look for the blessing in it and to be ready to share what you've learned with other people and open your heart. And it becomes really a beautiful part of your life. So can I sing just the bridge of it? Okay, because this is really the heart of the message. Though your heart will break, there's a difference you can make. When it's broken, it can open, puts compassion into motion. Life comes from the wound, and from the pain flows something new. With tears we see a little clearer, and to the hurting we draw nearer. No, it's not a wasted life.
Thank you so much, Lindy, for sharing. What a beautiful testimony of strength and resilience. And that's why we're here. And it's been so incredible just to be able to just take in this concert. So we have one more set of music for you tonight. And before our final set, I just want to take a moment and take this in. We've had so many amazing watch parties. Our photos have been emailed in, which maybe after this music set, we might be able to share with you guys. But we've been seeing them come in from all over, and it means so much to see this community showing up like this. And spaces like this don't just happen. Hope Survives doesn't just happen. They exist because people believe in them. And tonight and everything that Hope Survives offers throughout the year, all of our programs, all of our support groups, all of our resources are made possible by donors and partners and community members who believe that no one should have to navigate brain injury alone. I'm especially grateful, and our entire team is grateful for those who give on a recurring basis, the people who help sustain this work month after month. Because of that support, we're able to create spaces for connection, for encouragement, for people to find each other. And as this community continues to grow, so does the need. So if tonight has meant something to you, and if you're in a position to give, we would love to invite you into that. You can find the link in the chat or on the concert page. And we also want to thank our sponsor, the Functional Neurology Center, who has been generous and believed in the work of Hope Survives. That's why we're able to be here through all of you, through this community, showing up and believing that hope matters and that brain injury support matters. Whether you're able to give tonight or not, we're just grateful that you're here. There's no obligation. We're just glad that you're part of this evening. So we've got a couple more songs for you tonight. All right, guys, my band has been awesome. You guys ready? All right. This song is called Count It All Joy. And my favorite line in this song's about the journey through brain injury and through hard things in life. And there's a line, this song's based off of scripture in James 1. This is to count our trials joy. And I just was like, for so long, I was like, I don't understand. It hurts. I don't know how to do that. And through the process of many years of just going through this, I started this song, and I wrote the first two lines of the chorus. I'll count it all joy when my heart gets heavy. I need your strength to keep me steady. And that's all I had for 2 years because I just wasn't ready yet to write the rest of the song. But the way it came out, by the end, there's a line in here that I want to share that says, if the only thing I'm looking for is circumstances changing, I might miss the miracle of my heart rearranging. So I'll count it all joy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a really rough week. Barely got any sleep. Now my old anxious thoughts are coming back. Tired of trying so hard. Cycles falling apart. Feeling like my faith's under attack. Though I don't really feel like I think I should. I trust you're working all things for the good. I'll count it all joy when my heart gets heavy. I need your strength to keep me steady. Right here in the middle of my deepest pain, I'm gonna lift my hands and bring you praise and count it all joy. I'm gonna count it all joy. Count it all joy. Turning pages of hope, desperate, looking to cope. Living word of truth, show me the way. Choosing to live in your love, mindset on things above, knowing that these trials grow my faith. Though I don't really feel like I think I should, I trust you're working all things for the good. I'll count it all joy when my heart gets heavy. I need your strength to keep me steady. Right here in the middle of my deepest pain, I'm gonna lift my hands and bring you praise and count it all joy. I'm gonna count it all joy. Count it all joy. If life doesn't happen in the way I think it should, if it's still hard tomorrow, I believe that you're still good. I might never get why you're allowing all this pain, but I know you love me and I know you never change. So what if every struggle is the birth of something new? And what if when I suffer, I'm a little more like you? If the only thing I'm looking for is circumstances changing, I might miss the miracle of my heart rearranging. So I'll count it all joy. I'm gonna count it all joy. Oh, oh. I'll count it all joy when my heart gets heavy. I need your strength to keep me steady. Right here in the middle of my deepest pain, I'm gonna lift my hands and bring you praise and count it all joy. I'm gonna count it all joy. Count it all joy.
All right. I love singing that song. The reminder that we truly can find joy even when things are really hard, right? We talk a lot at Hope Survives about finding little joys, right? And being grateful even when things are hard. This next song, I wrote this about 10 years ago. It was on my Hope Survives album. And this song is called It's Not Over. And this is a song that I wrote right around when I started doing work with the brain injury community. I first created Hope After Head Injury in 2012, started support groups in 2014, and I wrote this song not too long after that. And I was just seeing so many people feeling like hope had been lost. And this song was meant to encourage you that even when you don't see the changes, even when it feels like nothing is happening, or like we're still in the middle of this and it's been years, and why are things not improving or getting better, or wherever we are, it's so easy to start to get discouraged. And this song is for those of you who maybe feel like it feels like things are ending, or like it feels like we don't know where to go from here, but it's not over. That's what this song's called. Another month went by, no changes you can see. You're praying every night, God, can you hear me? Waiting for an answer, waiting for a sign. It gets harder every day to keep hope alive. There's more to this story. It's not over today. No matter your journey, God's making a way. It's not over. It's not over. Your life's more different than you ever thought it'd be. And all you want is a return to normalcy. You don't want to give up, but it's so hard to fight. You want to keep believing that someday you'll be alright. There's more to this story. It's not over today. No matter your journey, God's making a way. It's not over. It's not over. It feels like it's ending, but something's beginning. A season of hope is springing up. Out on the horizon, the sun is arising. Don't stop till you find it. Don't give up. It feels like it's ending, but something's beginning. The season of hope is springing up. Out on the horizon, the sun is arising. Don't stop till you find it. Don't give up, 'cause it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. There's more to this story. It's not over today. No matter your journey, God's making a way. It feels like it's ending, but something's beginning. A season of hope is springing up. Out on the horizon, the sun is rising. Don't stop till you find it. Don't give up, 'cause it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We've got one more song, and then after this song, I'd love to share some of those watch party photos that y'all emailed in. So I got a thumbs up. I want to thank, we've got this recording studio, amazing, from actually one of our pastors at our church has this incredible home recording studio. He's an incredible musician, Rick Taylor. Thank you for hosting tonight and just giving of your time and energy to do this. And my husband, Mike, has also been helping out. He's running the tech side, all the stuff, the camera angles. He did all this. So thank you to him as well. And again, to the band. You guys are killing it. All right, one more song. And this last song I chose is intentional to be the last song of the concert because sometimes we do struggle with hope. I had written a album called Hope Survives, and I started speaking and giving keynote addresses at conferences about hope. And a couple years later, I found myself in the darkest place that I had ever been. Online, everyone saw me as the Hope After Head Injury, Hope Survives girl. And inside, I felt like I was dying. I could not function. I had the deepest depression of my entire life. And I almost stopped doing Hope After Head Injury. I almost stopped doing any of this. I didn't write a song for like a whole year. I stopped singing. And coming out of that season, this next song is the song that I wrote speaking to myself. This song is called Dare to Hope Again. Because it takes bravery to choose hope. When you're used to being disappointed, sometimes hope feels like so far away that you don't want to let yourself down. So you just would rather not have expectations, right? But hope, by definition, has expectation. And so I learned that it's what I put my hope in that matters. And for me, faith in the Lord has been that solid rock, right? That I can hope even when I can't find hope in myself. And I have to choose hope. And so on our journeys with brain injury, I just want to encourage you tonight that if you are in that place of it, I felt embarrassed. I had to be honest. I felt embarrassed because everyone knew me as the hope girl and I had lost hope. And I was like, how can I show my face again? And it took time and it took a really great trauma therapist and it took prayer and giving up what my expectations were for something that could be even better, and choosing to hope in maybe what there's a verse in the Bible that says, so we hope in what is unseen. And so that's kind of it. But, oh, capo. I hope that we're going to play this in the right key. David just made a joke. He's like, it doesn't matter to me because you don't have a key on the drums. Okay, all that to say, this song is called Dare to Hope Again, and I pray that it encourages you here tonight as we're getting ready to close. It takes bravery to choose hope, and we have the choice to make every day.
I've learned to live with heartache. I've learned to hide my pain. I've learned to build my walls so high just to get through the day. Somehow all this chaos became a part of me. Did I lose myself? Can I still find a reason to believe? My comfort zone to stay with what you know, but if I stay, I'm never gonna grow. Dare to hope again, dare to dream again, dare to pray for miracles that I can't comprehend. Take the leap of faith, even when I make mistakes. God help me to be brave enough to dare to hope again. Oh, dare to hope again, hope again, help me to be bolder, stronger every day. There's more to me, I wanna believe you will make a way. My comfort zone to stay with what you know, but deep inside you're calling me to go. Dare to hope again, dare to dream again, dare to pray for miracles that I can't comprehend. Take the leap of faith, even when I make mistakes. God, help me to be brave enough to dare to hope again. Oh, dare to hope again, hope again, hope again. I'm gonna keep dreaming, I'm gonna keep believing, keep believing. This is my new story, dare to hope again. I'm gonna keep growing, I'm gonna keep going, This is my new story, dare to hope again. Oh, dare to pray for miracles that I can't comprehend. Dare to hope again, dare to dream again, dare to pray for miracles that I can't comprehend. Take the leap of faith, even when I make mistakes. God, help me to be brave enough to dare to hope again. Oh, dare to hope again, hope again, hope again, dare to hope again. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And I just want to thank everyone who shared. David, thank you for sharing your journey through brain injury. That meant so much. Chrys, Tameka, Lindy, we just truly appreciate your voices and your stories. And for everyone watching, whether you're here on your own or with family or part of a watch party, thank you for being part of this. Tonight was about coming together through music, through stories, through shared experiences. And it feels especially meaningful to gather together as we close out Brain Injury Awareness Month 2026. March is a time that brings visibility to things that are often unseen. And at Hope Survives, this work continues beyond this month. We're just getting started, everyone. We are so excited. I almost said y'all in my head, but I was like, I'm not Southern, and I stopped myself halfway through. We're just getting started. We're creating spaces where people navigating life after brain injury, along with families and care partners, do not have to feel unseen or alone. So if tonight meant something to you, if you felt connection here, we would love to invite you to support this work or tell your friends and family that Hope Survives matters to you and ask them to consider supporting this work. You can find the link on the concert page or in the chat. And if you haven't yet, keep sending the watch party photos. We want to see them. But I think we have some that were sent in that we're going to show here. So some of those photos. Please continue to send them in. As always, we would love to hear from you at hi@hopesurvives.org at any time. Our team is here. Jasmine, thank you for supporting this as well and being here tonight. Jasmine is my co-founder and managing director at Hope Survives, and none of this would be possible without her. We are an amazing team, and I'm so thankful to her, our board of directors, our entire staff, and everyone who's here, or our entire team, I meant, and everyone who is here watching tonight. Thank you for being here. So with that, dare to hope again, dare to dream again, dare to pray for miracles that I can't comprehend. Take the leap of faith, even when I make mistakes. God, help me to be brave enough to dare to hope, 'cause hope survives. Hope survives. Oh, just a little love is enough to light darkest night. Hope survives. Oh, hope survives. Hope survives.
Thank you all for being here. Stay connected with us at hopesurvives.org. We've got a lot coming up. And good night.